Hi Floss Tube, I'm Sally, StitchySally here on Floss Tube and also over on Instagram. Today is Wednesday the 25th of May 2022 and this is Floss Tube number 25. And not only is it Floss Tube number 25, it is, as near as damn it, my first Floss Tube anniversary. I never thought I'd get this far. Really didn't. When I did that first Floss Tube on the 27th of May last year, it was on an absolute whim. Had no idea what I was doing. Still don't know what I'm doing. But I'm still here and I am extremely thankful to all those who drop by and watch, who leave me lovely comments, who like the video, those of you who subscribe. Yeah, so thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. It means such a lot. So I will be having a wee giveaway towards the end of the video, so do stick around for that. This is my second start. I didn't get all the way through and then have to do it again. Freddie was here and then he flew off and then he went to his seed pot and he makes such a mess I had to stop the video and go. Yeah, and then I forgot my FFOs, so I had to stop the video again. I thought, you know, I'm just going to start again. So here we are. So without further ado, we will get started. And my FFO, if you follow me on Instagram, you will already have seen it. And it is my Study in Blue box by Hillis Designs. And there is the alphabet band. And I had to redo this a little bit further because it was a bit tight. Now it might be a bit slack, I don't know. And that is the top. Not perfect, didn't cut my card quite big enough really. But I'm happy with it anyway. And then that's Lady Dot Creates Storm Blue Rick Rack around the outside. And then if we open it up, that's the lining. The way Sue did hers, it was very loosely placed in it, but I wanted mine a bit more secure. So what I actually did was I cut a piece of card to go in the bottom and covered it with the fabric. And then this is the pin cushion. And I've also finished this differently to how Sue did. I've actually backed mine instead of gluing the excess fabric to the inside of the hoop and then popping some felt in. I decided to do it what I thought would be a bit more secure for me, because I just wasn't sure that my glue would be good enough, the glue that I have. And then the little scissor fob. That was a pig. That was an absolute pig to make up, to be fair. So fiddly, but it's done. And I had these scissors in my stash. I can't actually remember where these came from. Somebody sent me them. I know somebody gifted me them. And I thought they'd be quite ideal, them being blue. So that is my Study in Blue box, which I am very happy with. So that is the only FFO I have for this time. I do have a finish, and it's very dull. Looks like it's going to absolutely throw it down. And my finish is Blackbird Designs How Does the Lily Grow? Oh, sorry, glare. And this is my finish. and I really love how this has stitched up. It's such a pretty piece. And I used a mixture of the Fancy Floss and DMC. If I had the Fancy Floss, I used it. If not, I just used the DMC conversion. What is my hair doing? Yeah, so that is my third Garden Club series finish. So of course, because I've finished this one, didn't start it, I finished it. I started another one. And these are for my for the sale that I do with Lainey, BBD sale on a Saturday night. And again, I'm using a mixture of DMC and Fancy Floss. And the one I did that decided to start was Fairy Garden. And I love this. Just love the colours. Such a pretty piece again. And that's my start. And I know my piece of fabric looks quite small, but I know how I want to finish these, and I don't particularly need an awful lot of fabric left over. And I don't like having masses of fabric left over, to be honest, but so yeah. It's not really showing very well. It's not showing particularly true, but it is very pretty. So that was my finish and my new start. So I think we will move on to whips next. I don't know where to put things. I didn't move things far enough when I moved things out of the way. Right, Manor. So if you've watched me before, you'll know that I had decided to have a go at Manor, my first time ever. And I was going to have 5 new starts for every, so a start for each Monday. Now, my Manor is now a bust because I decided that having 5 new starts along with all my other whips, it was just stressing me out. As I've said before, I really admire anybody that can have a lot of different whips, but it's just not for me. It does not work for me. So I did 3 new starts. I got 3 new starts done. So the other 2 have gone away. I've unkitted them. I've left the fabric in with the charts, but I have unkitted them. Put the threads away. So my last new start that I had was the Scarlett House, There's No Place Like Home. I should say No Place Like Home. And I love this piece. This is probably going to drive me mad. I actually thought that this was a piece of black and white fabric, cream and white fabric, but it's not. That's all stitched. So, sorry, excuse me, I've got a tickle in my throat. How can people have such neat floss holders? Man, I just... So I am using a mixture of sorry, talk about yourselves for a minute. Yeah, I'm using a mixture of gassed, I think I've got 1 Classic Colourworks and a DMC in there. And if you look on the back of the chart, she does give, Tanya gives a really good conversion for all the different fancy flosses and then the DMC. So yeah, those are my flosses. And So I started this last week and I stitched a couple of nights on it. I have made a substitution actually. The house should have been stitched in Garden Gate. It looks very light on the chart, but that's my Garden Gate, which is very dark. So I just went through my my stash of hand dyeds, and I have gone for summer showers, cast summer showers instead for the house. And I really like how that looks. I think it's quite a nice contrast for the darker threads. So I stitched on this on Monday and Wednesday last week. So yeah, that's my third and last Mania start. Mania is now a bust for me. And if you hear me, if I am still doing Floss Tube, coming up to May next year, and you hear me go, I am going to do Mania, go, no Sally, you are not doing Mania, because you will get stressed. Just remind me, please. So, I think last time I filmed, I had started this one for Mania, Erica Michael's Ebenezer's Blessing. So you'd seen what I'd stitched for the Monday, but then I stitched again on the Wednesday evening after I'd filmed. So this is where I am at now, and this is 36. Sorry for the crease. 36 count. Picture This plus Mellow. So that's as far as I have got on this one. So this won't be coming out again now until I finish my first Mania piece. And I'm just using flosses that I've pulled from stash. These two are called for, but I don't think the others that I've pulled are. Oh, I forgot to say this is 40 count Permin Sandstone. I'm usually pretty good, aren't I, at telling you what fabrics I'm using. Totally forgot about that one there. And then my first Mania start, I've gone back to as my Monday night stitch. So I will stitch this now on a Monday until it is finished. And that is Plum Street Samplers Good Company. And I've had a few people say to me, is that a fox? Get to that fox. Stitch that fox quick. And it's very, very cute fox as well. Lovely bushy tail. So I'm stitching this, I think it's all in DMC apart from Oscar, which I think was the only one that I had in my stash, or had enough of in my stash. And this again, same as Ebenezer's Blessing, is being stitched on 36 count Picture This plus Mellow. So that's where I'm at. So I really do need now to come this way so I can stitch the fox, but I kind of wanted to get some of the sunflower stitched up here. And I'm really pleased with how that's looking. That's doesn't really show the mellow particularly well, but it is a lovely colour. I've had that in my stash for a while because obviously, as we all know, Picture This plus fabric is an absolute pig to try and get hold of, so oops, so what is that? I get a feeling I've forgotten something, but I haven't. Don't think I have anyway. Right, so those are my 3 Mania pieces, and where shall we go next with that? Let's do my Friday Night Sheep Sal with my lovely friend Barb. And as you will know if you've watched me before, I am stitching Silver Creek Samplers Lost and Found. that is all stitched in DMC. Don't know that they're all there actually, they might be in another project. And I'm stitching this on 25 count vintage sand. Yes, sand. Excuse the crease again. So there we go. And I know the last time that I filmed, I'd finished the sheep. I'd done some of the water and some of the grass, but as you can see I've got more grass done. I've got some flowers started here. So yeah, that is where she's at now. Whoops, sorry. She is such a fine looking sheep, and a very happy looking sheep as well. So that's my Friday night sheep stitch with my lovely friend Barb. So I'm just going to put stuff away as I go along. Oops. I'm a devil for getting my thread stuck in the zips, and then I can't get it out. So next whip that I would like to show you is the Scarlett House We Are the Sampler Makers, and I just love the verse on this. It says, "Plying our needle on linen with thread, our work will live on long after we're dead. Our gentle art gives us such pleasure, the stitches before us we truly do treasure, for we are the sampler makers." Isn't that a lovely verse? And I love all the little motifs to stitch on it as well. So I am stitching this with DMC, the DMC conversion. And it is being stitched on 35 count light mocha by Swargart. And again, excuse the creases. I don't iron my pieces because I'm just of the opinion, that's my opinion, that it's not going to do them any good keeping ironing them. So that is where I am at. So yeah, I'm just concentrating on the verse at the moment, and then once the verse is done, I'll go on to all the little motifs. So because I've finished a study in blue, I did consider a new start for tonight, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stitch on this tonight and tomorrow night, whereas normally I'll just stitch on it on a Thursday. So I really like how that's looking. I do like having a rotation. It kind of keeps me focused, but sometimes I just get a little bit carried away. Right, so next is my Tuesday night BBD sal with Barb and Mouse. So Barb and I are stitching on, you can just see a snippet of it here, Christmas Garden from Home for the Holidays. It was a standalone chart which is now out of print, but thankfully it was reprinted in this book. And I am just using DMC. I'm so sorry. Oh, stop it. And this is where I am at. And this is a 36 count foxglove and lace linen in the colour Latte. This, as I've said before, it doesn't show how beautiful this fabric is. So, as you can see, I'm getting well towards the bottom. I have another motif to put in here. Then there's a border underneath, and then underneath that are the words, and then all I need to do is complete the outer border. I do have a lot of these little doodads, that's a technical term, doodads, to fill in, and there are some boxes to personalise it. I don't know whose initials I'm going to put in as yet. I've not really decided. I'm going to have a good think about what I'm going to do there, I think. But yeah, it's just looking so pretty. I'm so pleased that Barb and I decided to stitch this. I think I'll be quite sad when it's finished, but happy at the same time, if you get what I mean. And yeah, as far as I know, we're doing What Remains next, which I'm really looking forward to. What's that? Oops. Do you know what? Pollen never used to bother me up until about maybe 6 years ago, maybe a bit longer. Right, next whip. And it is With Thy Needle and Thread, Winter Rose Manor, which was my birthday start, and I'm using the hashtag StitchySally's Winter Birthday Sal. I'm really enjoying this. Really enjoying it. Sometimes having too many large projects, that stresses me. So yeah, I need to maybe sort myself out and have less large projects. But anyway, I digress. So I'm using mostly the called for, my very scruffy called for. As I've said before, I did swap out for some whiter thread for the snow, and I think it was hazelnut. I didn't think I had hazelnut, and now I found some, so I just swapped it for pecan, and I changed the colour of house to rose quartz. It does not look like that. That does not show its true colour. That is very washed out. And this is 40 count vintage country mocha, and that is where I am at. So since I last filmed, I've done more of this left hand border. Left-handers. Anyway, this border filled in all the flowers, and I have also done some more of the snow at the bottom. I just keep doing a little bit of snow and doing something else as well, just so I don't get bored. So I think it's kind of like, where do I go next? I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go next, but somebody has suggested just carrying on across the top, so that would be coming across here. So I've got all this border to do here, and then this flower basket here, some of these little doodads, obviously the snow. I have some back stitch to do down here, and then just pop my initials in and the date. There's a date on it somewhere. Oh yeah, down there. There's a date down there. But yeah, really enjoying that. I don't know where these are going, these big pieces. I'm really going to have a sort out on my walls, I think. Oh, that reminds me, actually, speaking of walls and frames, can anybody please point me in the right direction as to what I can repaint a frame with? Obviously it has to be available here in the UK, and not too expensive either. I have a frame upstairs that I want to put snowbells in, Lizzie Kate snowbells. I have the snow dudes, which I got framed at my framers, but unfortunately I didn't get snowbells in before I retired. So I want to redo the frame, either silver or white maybe. Probably silver, so it kind of matches. I mean, obviously it's a different frame, it's not going to match totally, but that's fine. So yeah, if you just have any hints, tips, whatever, what I can use and readily available over here and inexpensive, please. And also what grade sandpaper I need to use to sand it down. That would be very, very much appreciated. Right, final whip is my piece that I stitch when I'm watching Floss Tube. Doesn't happen all the time, and this is The Moons of 2022 by Kathy Barrack. And as I've said before, I know full well it's not going to get finished in 2022. But if I can stitch this bit in the middle, I can say that I stitched The Moons of 2022 in 2022. Yeah, so I don't think I've done a massive amount more on this since I last filmed. I'm not using the silks because it's just too expensive, so I'm just using the DMC conversion off the chart. And this is 25 count vintage marble. I keep getting my sand and marble mixed up in my head. And that is where I'm at. So I think the last time you saw this I hadn't got all of these stitched, all the top bits done. So I've got month and moon stitched here, and then I've come down and I've started to fill in these months to the bottom. I did have a visit from the frog. I don't know what I was thinking, but frogging on over 1 on 25 count is not the easiest, but I did it. So that is where I'm at on that. I don't actually think it came out at all last week until Sunday. No, Saturday? I can't remember. I know my husband went to Donington Park on a Friday to the practice for the British Superbikes, and on Saturday afternoon he was sorting photographs out on his laptop. I don't know how many photographs he took, but it was a lot. So I watched Floss Tube, so it was Saturday. Right, so that's it for whips. I've shown my finish, I've shown my FFO. So, haul. So I think I mentioned a few Floss Tubes back that I'd asked Sue at Peakside if she could get me some Lady Dot Creates Rick Rack Storm Blue, and that came in last week, I think it was. She messaged me to say that she'd got it. But of course that can't travel on its own, can it? You can't just buy one rickrack. So I bought this with my needle and thread keeper of the pins. I've been seeing people stitching these and thinking, oh, I really, really like those, but do I really need more? But yeah, the rickrack couldn't travel alone, so this came along as well. But not only that, I got, I'm not going to take it out because some 40 count vintage country mocha as well. Because I do like my vintage country mocha. And at the end of the day, it is a slightly cheaper way, well it is a cheaper way, of picking up what looks like hand-dyed linen. And then the lovely Sharon, Shaz Bruce, was having a linen de-stash on Instagram. So I bought some, it's vintage grey, I think it's 35 count. I'm useless. Yeah. So I bought that. Can't remember what size it is now. I think it was something like 10 by 18. And then she was also selling a fat quarter of light mocha. So I picked that up as well because I like the light mocha as well. So much so, but not that anything. But that one, yeah, I'm gonna have to stop now. Right, so coming up is Cross Stitch Camp, which is the brainchild of Sherry of Colorado Cross Stitcher, both here on Floss Tube and also over on Instagram. I didn't take part last year. I did do the winter cross stitch camp, which I quite enjoyed. It was just a month, so but I actually meant to check and see what number Floss Tube it was that Sherry talked about this year's camping. So I have considered whether to do camp or not. Obviously it's different to Manor, it's not 5 new starts in a month, it's 1 start for each month of June, July and August. And if you want to learn more about it, do go and watch Sherry's Floss Tube. I'll pop the number down below because I can't remember. So I meant to make a note and I forgot. So yeah, I was thinking about doing it, and then I'm in my head I'm going, oh no, don't, just no, not something else, do not do it. I don't know, we'll see. I'm going to see how I feel next week, come the 1st of June. You don't have to start on the 1st of June. You just need to put your photo up on Instagram of your fabric, your chart and your blank canvas, basically, just so it proves that you have not started it before the 1st of June. I'm not going to go into it because just go and watch Sherry's Floss Tube if you're interested in taking part. So I have kitted up June and July, just in case. They're from the same book, so I might take part, I might not. My problem is sometimes I get drawn in. This is what happened with Manor. I got drawn in. So we'll see how I feel when it comes to it. And then I did think about the Modern Folk Embroidery Pride Sale. And then it was like, again, am I just getting drawn in? So I don't think I'm going to do that. It's a lovely pattern, absolutely lovely pattern, and I love what it stands for. But yeah, this is my problem. Just drawn in. So, right, my giveaway. Let's do the giveaway. So because this is my first Floss Tube anniversary, I am going to open it up to everywhere. I wasn't going to because of the cost of postage, and it is going to be going up again. Not quite sure when, but Royal Mail have announced that they are going to be putting it up again. It's just getting ridiculous here. Really, really is. I mean, I know it's like it worldwide, but it certainly feels like, because we had that rise in the cap on energy prices, it's just making everything else go up. Anyway, I digress. So, giveaway. It is open to anybody. Obviously, anywhere that Royal Mail will deliver to. Don't say giveaway, competition, contest, anything like that in your comments, because I will have to delete it. I don't want any bots or people just coming and entering just to sell whatever it is. I want somebody to win it that will stitch what I'm giving away. So my first one, it is a used chart. It's one that that Lainey passed on to me to stitch, and I have stitched it. I have asked her permission to give it away in my Floss Tube, and she said yes, I can. And it is With Thy Needle and Thread, Snow for Christmas, and it's just the chart. It's a gently used chart. And for this one, I would like you to use the word snow. I just had to have a look at my notes because I couldn't remember what word I'd decided on. So if you can use the word snow, S-N-O-W, in your comment, and you will be entered. So that is that giveaway. And then my second giveaway is one that I have purchased especially. And yes, I did purchase it for myself as well. This is what I purchased from 123 Stitch, because at the time nobody had this in this country. So I purchased the chart, and you will also get a yard of the tape measure trim. That includes the buttons. So that is Erica Michael's Stitch All the Things. And if you would like to win this, please use the word scissors. S-C-I-S-S-O-R-S, scissors. And I chose scissors because there's scissors there. I thought whip and sal and FFO might be something that people use quite a lot in Floss Tube comments. So yeah, now please be a subscriber. And please only enter if you are intending to stitch these. I think that was it. Oh, please be over 18 so I can have your address. And basically, once these have left my hands and they're on the way to you, if they get lost, there's nothing I can do about it, I'm afraid. Sorry. So yeah, and please do enter, because obviously the first giveaway that I did, nobody entered, and it was quite disheartening, to be honest. It did make me not want to bother anymore. I mean, I won't be doing that many giveaways anyway, but because it's my 1 year Floss Tube, and I am waffling yet again, because that's what I do, isn't it? So yeah, so for this one, use the word scissors. For this one, use the word snow. and I should be filming again in 2 weeks, and I'll use the random comment picker to pick winners. So that is me done. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you very, very much for all your support that you've shown me since I started my Floss Tube a year ago. It really does mean a lot, because I didn't think anybody would want to watch me. You know, I'm not very good at it. But what you see is what you get. So I don't pretend to be somebody that I'm not, or anything like that. So yeah. So again, thank you for watching. I will see you hopefully in a couple of weeks. I should be able to film then. So until then, have a great stitchy fortnight. Hope you get a lot done, and take care and stay safe. And I will see you again hopefully in a couple of weeks. Thanks very much for watching. Bye bye.